welcome. In 2008, a man in Japan bought a nearly black, they call it the Densuke watermelon or Densuke watermelon for 650,000 yen, which is about $6,125. This specialty fruit is only grown on the island of Hokkaido. And according to a Japanese agricultural expert in the Los Angeles Times, he said it is crisp and hard with a different level of sweetness than the watermelon we are all used to eating. It certainly had to be for it to cost $6,000 and for it to be so much worth that somebody was willing and ready to pay for this. Growing your business can only happen when you take action. My name is Mary Ephraim Egbaz, and I help vision-led entrepreneurs get success or more success by working them through creating their business success blueprints so they can create the wealth in their business and for themselves. I help them get clarity, have a clear vision and purpose and focus, setting goals and creating an action plan, prioritizing resources to execute on this plan so that they can grow and 100x their business, create wealth and financial freedom so they can create a real impact, build. Revenue is a key performance indicator for all businesses. That is how well your business is doing. That is what the key performance indicator means. It's just how well is your business doing. What validates your business idea is the fact that someone is willing to pay for this idea or this concept that you've come up with or the service that you're providing. Therefore, create sustainability for that idea and your business. All right. Sustainability is really important. Your company's performance in terms of revenue is certainly one of your very crucial tasks. Therefore, you must be able to recognize the different revenue streams from which your company can actually generate cash. Cash is king in business. You've heard that before. To classify revenues at a high level, you would just say there are operating revenues and there are non-operating revenues. Operating revenues describe the amount earned from the company's core business operations, like sales of goods or services. These are examples of operating revenues, while non-operating revenues refer to the money earned from business side activities. And we're going to know a little bit about that as we go on. There are many different revenue accounts that you would find used by different companies. And then, of course, in different industries as well. For the majority of companies, there are a few revenue accounts. One, revenue from goods, sales, or service fees. This is the core operating revenue account for most businesses. And it is usually given a specific name, such as sales revenue or service revenue. All right. Then another one is the interest revenue. This account records the interest earned on investments such as debt securities. This is usually a non-operating revenue. Now, rent revenue, this account records the amount earned from renting out, say, buildings or equipment, and is considered as a non-operating revenue. Then you have the dividend revenue, the amount of dividends earned from holding stocks from other companies, etc. This is also a non-operating revenue. So now we've just taken that out of the way. We just kind of understand the different kinds of revenue that exist in companies and different industries as well. So you'd figure out which one applies to you and your business and your company. Now let's look at the different revenue streams. So we're talking about revenues, and now we're going to talk about the different revenue streams before I come to the 10 ones that I know that, I basically pitched that we will be discussing today. Revenue streams categorize the earnings a business generates from certain pricing mechanisms and channels. To describe it simply, it is a revenue stream can take the form of one of these revenue streams that I'm going to talk about, models that I'm going to talk about. One, transaction-based revenue. These are proceeds from sales of goods and that are usually one-time customer payments. So it could be sales of goods or services, whatever it is that you're exchanging for money. But this time it's transactional because it's a one-time transaction, and it's just, buy and sell and go. Service revenue. This kind of revenues are generated by providing services to customers and are calculated based on time. All right. So, for example, now that's different from the transactional one. Now, this one is the number of hours. So, example, the number of hours consulting services is provided. So, it is calculated by the number of hours that we are giving you in service. So, you'll also find that in many other industries where this kind of this revenue stream is identified. The other one is the project revenue. Revenue is earned through a one-time project with existing or new customers. All right. Now you have the other one, which is the recurring revenue, earnings from ongoing payments for continuing services or after sale services to customers. All right. So the recurring revenue model is the model most commonly used by businesses because it is predictable and it assures the company source of revenue as because it's ongoing, possibly recurring revenue streams, or possible recurring revenue streams include example Netflix or a cable account in wherever you are, whatever the cable is called, renting, leasing, or lending assets, whether you're the one renting or you're renting out. That's one example, brokerage fees, advertising fees, etc. So my question to you today is, what revenue streams have you identified for your business currently? Where do you see, what kind of revenue stream have you just identified from the ones that I've talked about just now? And I can just go through them quickly. So I talked about transaction-based, service revenue, project revenue, recurring revenue. So which one have you identified for your business just now? All right. Most entrepreneurs really start their business being very passionate about their idea and what it is that they want to create. All right. We all fall into that. Because really everything comes from passion. Was it on Monday? We had a discussion here with Tokumbo and we talked about passion to profit. And really that's where it starts from. We all start from, what we are really passionate about, what we love. And it's not a bad thing. It's just when you come past it and you want to start making, let's come to the profit part of things, you would have to start thinking in this way. All right. So most times we don't really step back and consider what or how will these ideas be sustained. All right. And we believe the moment our idea is out there, like magic, everyone will resonate with it and come bearing with gifts. That would just be awesome if that were the truth, right? As far as you come up with a brilliant idea, everything would just work fantastic for you. But hey, it doesn't always work that way. But anyways, we're here to talk about how it works. So let's keep going. As I said, what validates your gifts, skills, ideas, and businesses is that people will pay for this. And what sustains you to keep scaling that idea and make a bigger impact is the fact that you are monetizing. So this is important. I'm sure you must have heard before that cash is king. Out of the four revenue types of revenue streams that I have discussed earlier, recurring revenue is the most predictable income to a business because it is expected that the cash inflow remains consistent with a stable customer base. All right. In contrast, transaction-based and service revenues tend to fluctuate with customer demand and are more difficult to foresee. All right. Seasonality is also often a major factor contributing to the variability in sales of goods and services. Now, the project, which is the fourth one, project revenue is the most volatile and risky of them all, of all the four revenue streams that I've talked about, out of the four, because it is largely contingent on customer relationship. Therefore, businesses or business owners need to invest a considerable amount of time in managing their relationships to maintain this revenue source. Understanding the revenue stream enables you to realize the pattern of cash inflows and therefore be able to quickly observe unusual movement or changes in revenue trend and identify the causes. All right, so that is why you have to be very specific about the revenue stream that your business, or what type of revenue stream that your business wants to stick with. So, which of these revenue streams have you identified? You can certainly have a combination of all or some. All right. So if you cannot combine all, you can also look at some. I think it would be more useful to do more than one. Use one of these revenue streams to your advantage, but you must be able to identify the exact revenue stream for your business. Let's take a look at 10 revenue streams that businesses are earning from. All right, that's basically what we're going to look at. So I'm going to give you some interesting ones. You may want to take notes, and you may go back and think about it and look at the possibilities and whether you would like to do that for your business, create that for your business. These are just options that are out there that you can actually take advantage of. Well, the first one is e-commerce. E-commerce is absolutely a very viable and interesting business. If you're in the e-commerce zone, you may want, if you've only been selling your product or retail to retail customers, it is worth a look into wholesale as well. So wholesaling is selling your product at larger quantities and a lower price to retailers or to distributors for resale in other stores. So you may want to look at that as an extra revenue stream, or you may want to go straight into creating that as a revenue stream for yourself on your business. Number two is design an affiliate program for your company. Now, I like to think of affiliate programs as a built-in sales force without the hefty paychecks and motivation issues that you would have to deal with if you had a sales team and all that going on. But all you need to do is to sign up using you can create your own. Some companies do create their own affiliate programs, but if you don't have one, you can simply go to sites like eJunkie, ClickBank, or Share a Sale, register your product there, and dictate your terms. People will sign up to sell your product, and for every referral or for every product bought, you agree to pay them a fee. So that is another awesome revenue stream, and if I dare say a way to also market your products and services. So that's number two. Number three, share your knowledge through consulting. Now, chances are, if you've started a business in something and are even moderately successful, all right, and you've learned quite a bit, offer to share this knowledge as an experience with other businesses that are in need for a price. You could actually do that. For example, if you have been in the catering business, and you can actually offer to teach people how to plan menus, purchase goods, create catering plans, etc. All right, that's just an example if you're in the catering business. But whatever it is that you're doing, you definitely have been able to get enough knowledge to be able to share this knowledge, and possibly at a price. Okay. Now, remember, we talked about different revenues, and we said there are core revenues and there are revenues that are just something that you do on the side. All right. So you can pick any of these revenues as something that you either do on the side or perhaps it's a core revenue for your business, or you create it as a core revenue for your business. All right. Now, number 4, speak up. I've done this a few times, and I'm doing this right now, right? I've done it a few dozen times, and I really should have done it even more. But surprisingly, I'm a bit of an introvert. So I know that if someone as introverted as myself can do it, I'm sure that you can also do it. All right. And anyone can actually do it. So whether it's conferences, there's so many conferences, trade shows, companies, and events are always in need of speakers to entertain their audiences. So you need to come up and speak up. All right, you may say, I don't know how to speak, but you do have knowledge, and you can also learn how to speak up. All right, I'm considering bringing up one of the experts to come talk to you about how to share your knowledge and how to use that, how to speak up by sharing your knowledge, so that you can also earn some revenue on the side. I always think it's better to give great information and actionable items than just be a motivational speaker. Not that there's anything wrong with, we do need a lot of motivational speakers. We do need a lot of people with knowledge and that can give you knowledge and actionable items, so that you can get some real transformation. So hey, you can just do that as one of your revenue streams. Okay, number 5, teach a class. So yet another way to profit off of your learning curve and experience. So you have been in this thing for a while. You have really learned something, and those things that you've learned, never mind that there are many other people who have been in the industry as long as you have been, gotten even the same moderate or as high success that you have gotten, but there are certain things that you have specifically experienced, and those experiences have your name written all around them. So no matter how the other person is going to share his knowledge, yours, it's just specifically for you. It's something that you have, it's innate to you. It's gotten your name written all around it. So when you share your knowledge, even listening to other people, they still also learn from you. So don't think, oh no, I can't do that. All right. So like I was saying, so teach a class, you can actually share this in a class setting. So you can teach in a seminar. It can be a great way to build a following and create revenue. Teaching online, just like I'm doing, you can also use GoToMeeting is the easiest. It's one of the easy ways to teach. Or you can also think about schools, colleges, local learning annexes. Just check out where is knowledge required, and then you can go serve up yourself. You can also offer e-courses and information materials. So take a deeper dive in the whole consulting arena and use the information you've learned to create information products that will create passive income on your site. All right. So for example, if you're a graphic designer and you could offer a bundle of your favorite fonts, or downloads, or templates, or client pitches, or whatever else someone in your field would find helpful. All right. So if you're still unsure of what you can teach or what you can show, serve up in your industry, just think about it. When you started, what was it that you could have really benefited from if someone had put it out there and you were just able to just quickly download and use it, and become really efficient or effective immediately. So when you think about that, or when you have that, you can easily put that up. All right. So the usage fee. All right. Usage fee is here the customer pays for using a service provided by the company. Effectively, the customer is paying on a per use basis. Example includes a car hire firm that charges by the number of days or a car is hired, a mobile operator that charges by the number of minutes of calls made by the customer, a virtual office that charges for space per use per time. All right, so that could also be an interesting way of increasing or getting the needed revenue. I mean, sometimes if you think about it, you may just have something that someone can just, rent off you. It could be an equipment, an asset, something like that. So you could just check around, and that can bring you extra revenue. Okay, subscription fee, that's number seven, and we're three more to go. With this revenue stream, the customer pays a regular subscription for continued use of a service. So, for example, you have Netflix, DSTV on this side. This cable companies charge a fee for access to its channels. Example, gyms also charge a monthly subscription for access to their facilities. Now you could say, oh yeah, these are typical. This model is typical to this kind of business. It does not affect my business, or it's not relevant to my business. But I don't believe so, because if you think about, I don't know if you've ever heard of the company, the Dollar Shave Club. Now this is a company that started, and all they do is they have it's a shaving stick company. All right, they basically disrupted the industry giants by leveraging a new approach to providing shaving products. All right. On the contrary, the Dollar Shave Club offers a monthly subscription service that includes a handle and four blades. Can you imagine? They give you that as a subscription. Now, it worked so well that Gillette, which is the bigger brand that already existed before they did, has now launched its own Gillette Shave Club. So the subscription model encourages customer loyalty. So not only does it offer you consistent form of revenue, but it gets people hooked on your product and service. All right. So, and is a very, like I said, it's one of the best ways for revenue stream, which is repeated, where you have repeated customer base. Okay, so the other one, number eight, is brokerage fee. A broker acts as an intermediary between two parties who wish to buy and sell a customer and a provider. So, for example, you have real estate agents market properties and to potential purchasers on behalf of a property seller. All right. So now, once a property has been successfully sold, then the seller will pay the real estate agent a small percentage of their sales price for successfully brokering the sale. You can do that for many other products. That's just another way to bring in income and to generate cash in your business. So you can broker. You don't have to always own or have the product for yourself. You can be an intermediary. This just reminds me of the open markets. Basically, when you go to the open market, you have this whole guys that are on the road, and they're literally, on your case, come and buy this, come and buy this, come on, and they're holding all these products. 100% of the time, okay, let me say 99% of the time, they don't own that product. They're just basically making a sale for someone else whose store is probably inside, etc. So this is just to give you an idea that anything can be, you can actually broker anything. You can be a go-between. Anything that needs to be sold, you can connect those sales to the potential clients and make your commission out of it. All right, so number nine could be lending, rental, leasing. Here, the customer gains the right to use the company's products, which is the asset or service, for a fixed period of time. At the end of the agreed period of time, the asset must be returned to the company. Examples include car leasing companies, where the customer leases a car for a fixed period, usually maybe 3 years or something like that. And at the end of the period, the car is returned to the company or to the owner. So you can look around. You may have assets. You may have items that basically that you are not using, and somebody else needs it, and you can rent it off to the person. Now, last but not the least is advertising. So the media industry, example, TV, radio, and internet magazines, are particularly dependent on advertising fees. And more recently, you have the high tech companies like Google, YouTube, Facebook, and all that. They are big on advertising as a means of for driving the revenue. But the principle behind this is basically being able to pull people, enough people into one space. And then because of the eyes, because you have eyes that are watching constantly, then advertisers are interested, people are interested to get gain that same eyeball, and they want to advertise, they easily want to advertise in this product. So that's it. All right, so guys, if I was just going to add a bonus, so let me just add one more. I know I mentioned 10, but I just going to add one more. Licensing. So licensing, with this revenue stream, the customer is given permission to use a product in exchange of licensing fees being paid to the rights holder. So whether it's a company or an individual, the advantage of licensing fees is that it allows the rights holder to generate revenue for the intellectual property without necessarily having to generate a physical product. It's similar to leasing and rental and brokering, but this is a little bit different because the intellectual property is given to you. So, example, we have a business in the film industry, Homelands Films, and we are actually a distribution company, and we hold licenses for films and movies that you basically see in the cinema. So that's one way that you can create a revenue. And this you would also find with music and several other intellectual property kind of items. All right. Hey guys, so if this training, I hope that you found this really useful. I hope you're able to identify, know more about the revenue streams that you can, that are available for your business. If you're thinking of starting a business, or if you're already in a business, you may want to go back and review how you are bringing in cash into that business, how you're making the income for the business. All right. You know, you don't set out on a journey without knowing exactly where it is that you're going. Neither do you set out on a journey without a map to it. Now, I will walk you through identifying and having a clear purpose. You will be able to generate a purpose statement to live by. Clarity is so important to the success of any entrepreneur or business. You will define the vision, not a yearly vision, every year you write something. No, not that. You will have your legacy vision. What is a legacy vision, you ask? The vision that is derived from your discovered purpose. We take this vision, and with an amazing vision statement generator, you are able to generate a vision statement that lights up your path to success. It's a statement that you don't have to change every moment, that you can blow up your trumpet and everybody knows where you're going to, so you need to, then we map the route to your success. All right. We then create that growth plan for you. It's amazing how we have been able to help others build and build their future and the steps to becoming so real and achievable. All right. You are not taken by surprise, because when you have a map, all right, and you're going on a journey, or you're using a GPS and you're going on a journey, you're more confident about the journey than when you're going somewhere that you would like to go, but you just don't know how to go, how to get there. You become uneasy, you would stop on the way, you would ask questions, and people might just misdirect you. That is why you have to have your own growth plan mapped out. And that's what we help you do with the Success Blueprint. We identify your destination and we map out the route to it. So you also are able to see what tools and the strategies that you will be needing along the way. This makes you super ready. Yeah. You also get our superstar focus board, where you can pin your focus on the future that you have mapped out. You are set to position your business for profitability when you create your success blueprint. It's a master plan, and simply You have to just follow the roadmap and it will lead you there. Wouldn't you want to have a planned future than just have a future that you plan? Okay, you know your future is going to come, but you really don't know what 10 years is going to give you. And it's not enough to just say, oh, I would like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to reach, my business is going to be the biggest, the best. You have no plan towards it. And this is exactly what we help you to achieve.